Big news today, Gator fans, as UF has landed another big-time commitment, and their 2025 class gets even better today. And this commitment has a special twist to it, and I think you're going to like it. So we're going to jump right into it. You know it's big if I am coming to you guys from vacation, okay? I had to run up from the beach to record this. Joshua Moore has committed to the Gators. He is 6'4", 205 pounds. He's a wide receiver out of West Broward. He's from Pembroke Pines, Florida. 4-star guy on the On3 industry rankings and 24/7 composite. On3 is really high on him. They have him listed as the 57th overall player nationally, the number 9 rated wide receiver. Now, he took official visits to FSU, Miami, Florida, and Georgia. And in fact, Georgia was last. And, in previous videos, I have told you guys why it's so important to have that last official visit. You want to be the last person in that player's ear. You want to be the last impression that's left on them. So the fact that it was Georgia, who's had a little bit of success in recent years, that Georgia had the last official visit, but UF landed more is huge. It's also a big-time get against our 3 other rival schools. So we talked about Georgia, but think about Florida State and Miami. This is a kid from Pembroke Pines. He probably grew up a Miami Hurricanes fan, right? It's got to be hard to leave South Florida. The fact that Florida could pull him away from Miami, where he's from, Florida State, who, just missed the playoffs last year, and Georgia, that's a pretty nice feather in Billy Napier's cap. In 2023, Moore had 50 catches, 835 yards, and 9 touchdowns. He had an even better season in 2022, where he had 50 catches, 1,034 yards, and 11 touchdowns. Really excited to see what his senior season is going to look like. Moore is big and physical. He has a really big frame and a catch radius that is incredibly impressive. He's got the ability to isolate and really take DBs one-on-one, and then go up and make plays over them. He's a matchup nightmare, and his athleticism jumps off the page at you. On3 is certainly higher than most outlets on him, but 247 still sees him as a top 200 kid, and I only expect him to rise up their rankings as his senior season goes on. We have talked on this show about recruiting rankings in previous summers, and we know that their senior season is what contributes the very most to their final ranking. So I think that there's a great chance that we see Moore climb even higher in all of these recruiting services. Major shout out to Coach Billy Gonzalez here. You guys know that I love Billy G, and I sing his praises anytime I can. But what the man keeps doing absolutely speaks for itself. I think sometimes people say he's not as good a recruiter as some other wide receiver coaches. 1, I don't believe that. But 2, the development of talent that has happened on Billy Gonzalez's watch is very hard to match. All you have to do is look no further than Ricky Pearsall last season to know that that is true. But if you run down the laundry list of players that he has developed at his different stops, it is insane. And of course, a big shout out to Napier and the entire offensive staff here. UF really treats these recruitments as a group effort, and the results over the last few years on the trail have shown that. UF obviously assigns a recruiter to each player, and there's things that are taken into consideration: the position, the location. They all factor into who your main recruiters are, right? But Coach Napier makes it a priority to communicate with all of them. There are several staff members communicating with every recruit that UF is going after. And that kind of group effort or family approach really has become invaluable for the Gators. Again, this is a big day for the Gators, as they not only land a really coveted recruit at a position of need, they keep one of the best players in the state of Florida away from Miami, Florida State, and Georgia. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And if you need any more of this content, YouTube thinks that you would like this video right here.